How to stop overthinking. Now, a lot of you guys overthink all the time. Here's the problem. If you overthink too much, it's going to lead to self-sabotaging, and you just can't be successful if you self-sabotage because you're working against your own self. It's madness. Don't do that, okay? Guys, I'm Jake Maddock. I've coached thousands of people. I want to help you achieve a 10 out of 10. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can achieve a 10 out of 10, just like you. Need help? Book on a free call. I'll give you a call. I'll help you out. Okay, let's get to work. How to stop overthinking. If you're a bad overthinker, watch this video. It will help. Now, one of the big problems I see with overthinking is, what are you thinking about? What are you focused on? It's a great question. If you're really bad overthinking and your mind is just, you know, that feeling you get in your tummy, you feel that big ball of anxiety, you're spiraling, thinking about all the possibilities which could go wrong and how your life will just be absolutely ruined. We've all been there, okay? It's a very common thing. And it becomes a real problem if you're doing that every day, yeah? So in that moment, if you think to yourself, what am I focused on? Am I focusing on what I want to avoid, or am I focusing on what I want to achieve? You're focusing on what you want to avoid. You're going, this is all the bad stuff which could possibly happen, and I'm focusing on that. Guys, if you focus heaps of energy on what you want to avoid, that's what you're going to achieve. You're going to achieve the stuff that you don't want, okay? You got to flip it. So what I like to do, if as soon as I start overthinking about something, I go, hold on. Am I focusing on what I want to avoid or what I want to achieve? Am I focusing on the worst case scenario or the best case scenario? Reframe it. You got to reframe it, okay? So if you're overthinking really badly, you're focusing on what you want to avoid, stop and go, okay, I don't want that to happen. What do I want to happen? Okay, this is the best case scenario. Awesome. And then tell yourself, the best case scenario, that is exactly what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Everything's going to be completely fine. Everyone's going to be okay. It's going to go great. And we're going to have a good time and it's going to be fun. Everyone's going to have a good time and everyone's going to be safe and it's going to be amazing. Okay? Tell yourself that the best case scenario is what's going to happen. Okay? Guys, a study was done by Stanford University studying fears, right? Because that's where all this comes from. Fears, insecurities lead to overthinking and self-sabotaging behavior. As far as fears are concerned, about 94% of fears that normal human beings feel never come true. So all the things you're overthinking about right now, there's a 94% chance that it won't come to fruition. It's totally imaginary, okay? There's no point in giving it any time, okay? People ask me all the time, should I worry about this? Well, is worrying about it going to achieve anything? No. Does worrying achieve anything? Does stressing or anxiety, does these things achieve things? No. It's not going to lead you to a better outcome. So, but when you start worrying, think, well, why am I doing this? Is this going to help me in any way? The answer is no. Ancient Greek Stoics like Marcus Aurelius teach us that you should be grateful for the hand you're dealt. You should be grateful for the fate that the gods have given you, because your fate that you've been given is more suited to you than anybody else, and it's exactly what you need. The struggles and all the controversy that you face in your day-to-day world, it's given to you because you need it to become the best version of yourself, and you are made to handle it, okay? Nothing will be given upon you that you cannot handle, all right? So be grateful for the hand you've been dealt because you can handle it and it's meant for you. Be grateful for it and then do the best you can with it, okay? Another thing you can do if you're really bad overthinking, grab a pen and a piece of paper. I love it. I go through so many of these yellow notebooks, it's crazy. Pen and a piece of paper, write it down. Okay, write it down. Don't write down the worst case scenario. Don't write down what you're trying to avoid, okay? That's not going to be effective. Write down the best case scenario. Write down what you do want to achieve. What does that look like? Goal lists, gratitude lists, affirmation lists, your ideal self list, ideal partner lists, mini goals, small goals, medium goals, large goals, 10 lifetime goals. What else? What are they called? Vision boards. Vision boards. That's really what is a vision board? It's a big goals list, isn't it? It's another thing. If you look at your goals lists and your affirmations and your gratitudes and your vision boards, you look at all this stuff, you're not going to feel nervous. You're not going to feel anxious. You're not going to feel like you're overthinking. You're going to be, what are you going to feel? You're going to feel enthusiastic. You're going to feel positive, aren't you? Yeah? Guys, you got to remember, You're in control of your emotions. You're a master of your emotions. Your emotions work for you, not the other way around. It's very, very, very important to remember. They work for you. So keep that in your mind. My emotions work for me. I feel what I want to feel, and I want to feel good. I want to feel positive. I want to feel enthusiastic, so I will. Okay? Keep that in your mind because you get to choose, guys. You get to choose what you want to feel. You can feel it today. You want to feel enthusiastic? Look at your vision board, do your goal list, all that sort of stuff makes a big difference. Now that's what you can do with a pen and a piece of paper. You can do a lot, okay? And if it's a very complicated issue, write down the problem, then write down an action plan. Because often the action plan to get through a complicated problem isn't usually that complicated, yeah? We think the problem's really complicated. It's because we're filling it with emotion and fear. Take the emotion and the fear out of it, and suddenly we go, okay, this is the problem. The most simplistic solution is this. Done, easy. Okay, not hard at all. And then what you can do, give yourself some reassurance. Everything's going to be fine. I've dealt through harder things. I've already survived the worst 10 days of my life. Okay, I know how to handle this. I've been through tougher situations. I'm going to be great. It's going to go well. Okay. Other people can give you reassurance. You can seek reassurance from your friends, family, partners, all of it. They can give you reassurance too. Another thing you can do is change your environment, what I call an intentional reset. An intentional reset is things like going for a swim, having a cup of tea, going for a walk in the park, taking your dog for a walk, going to the gym, doing some exercise, anything which breaks up, gets you out of the mindset of the environment that you're stuck in, so you stops overthinking, okay? Another great, amazing intentional resets, which I'm a very big fan of, as a lot of you know, is ice baths. I believe everyone in the world should do at least one ice bath a week, and if you have a very bad mindset, you're a chronic overthinker, depression, anxiety, all these problems, you should do an ice bath every day. It'll rewire the way your brain is and it'll make you feel a million times better. And guys, look, I know it's controversial, but from what I've seen, people who do ice baths, cold water training every day, none of them have depression, anxiety at all. None of them, which is absolutely crazy. There's so many people in the world who suffer with these things. If you replace it with a large amount of ice baths, which are very, very difficult, for a good quality of time a day, you won't have those issues anymore. It totally changes the way your brain's wired. Makes a huge difference, okay? Doing those things makes a very big difference. It changes your physical state, which in turn changes your mental state, okay? So what have we got so far, guys? We got focus on what you want to achieve, not on what you want to avoid. Write down goal lists, affirmations, gratitudes, vision boards, stuff like that. Write down the problem and solution. Write down an action plan. Do an intentional reset. Ice baths, taking the dog for a walk, going to the gym, having a cup of tea, changing the environment, okay? And if all those things really aren't making the biggest difference and you're still really overthinking, you can't change that state, send me a message or book in a call. I know I go on about booking in a call all the time, guys. The first call is free. You can book in a free call with me. You can tell me about the problem and I can tell you the solution, okay? Because often when so much emotion is brought into a problem, it's hard to think of it logically, and we're stuck on the problem and our emotions trick us into thinking we have a logical solution, but we really don't. That's why so many people go back and forth with their ex and they have on and off again relationships and all these other issues. It's because the problem is full of emotional responses, which isn't what's best for your future. Yeah? So it's really, really hard. If you're really particularly stuck on a certain person, like you're getting on and off again with the same person, on and off again with your ex and all these other issues, ask yourself the question, is this what would be happening with my ideal partner? Would my ideal partner say and do these things that this person is doing? The answer will be, of course not. My ideal partner wouldn't say or do any of those things, okay? My ideal partner wouldn't put me in this situation. It wouldn't feel like this with my ideal partner. Guys, I can't stress this enough. A 10 out of 10 relationship is perfect. There's no arguing. The communication is fantastic. Intimacy and affection is a 10 out of 10. Everything is absolutely incredible. I've been with my wife for years. We're married, we have kids. Our relationship is incredible. Affection, intimacy, communication. We're best friends, romantic lovers as well. Everything is perfect, okay? You can have a 10 out of 10 relationship. If I can achieve it, you can definitely achieve it, firstly. You can achieve these things. You've got to find the right person and you can't give up. If you settle and go, this person's good enough, they're better than my ex, you're never going to achieve a 10 out of 10. You might achieve a 7 or an 8 out of 10, but it's never going to be a 10. If you want to achieve a 10, you got to have discipline. You can't settle You can't give up, and keep going and you will achieve it. Guys, remember, life is a reflection of what we allow. Whatever you allow is what you'll receive. If you allow mediocre relationships, mediocre job, mediocre health and fitness, that is what you'll achieve. If you want to step up to the next level, you have to tell yourself, life is a reflection of what I allow. Am I going to allow this? Am I going to allow this in my life, whatever it is? Am I going to allow this toxic friend? No, I'm not going to allow it. And that's about setting boundaries with yourself. Yeah. From this point onwards, guys, I want you to set a boundary with yourself, telling yourself, at no point anymore am I going to suffer with overthinking. I'm not going to suffer with overthinking. I'm smarter than it. I'm going to get above it. If I'm overthinking and feel particularly anxious, I know what to do. I'm going to tell myself to focus on what I want to achieve. I'm going to have ice baths. I'm going to go to the gym, take a dog for a walk, going to get lots of exercise and sunshine on my skin, going to eat healthy. I'm going to write lots of goal lists, focus on what I want to achieve, okay, and stay on target, okay? I'm not going to allow myself to overthink. You got to rewire the brain not to allow it to go down that negative path. It starts to go down the negative path, you got to go, stop. That's not going to happen. That's fear talking. That's not the truth. The truth of the situation, this is what's going to happen. What I want to achieve will occur. You have to rewire yourself. You got to reframe it constantly. And again, guys, look, if you're really having trouble, book in a call. Because I know when I've been in that state before, you're overthinking, it's really bad. If you're in that state and it's really, really bad, it's really hard to see the light. Okay? It is. Book in a free call with me. I'll help you out. I'll show you how to do it. See you guys. Oh, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell, guys. Hit the bell so you get a notification when I do a video. See ya.